Hello guys, welcome to MoBileMaThS with Gamtry. Today we want to look at matrices. We are going to look at matrices 1. Okay, so what is a matrix? A matrix is simply a set of numbers or elements that are arranged in a rectangular pattern. Like in this case, I've got this matrix here where I've got 16, 4, 22, 11, 2, 9. This is the rectangular pattern that it has. So with this as our pattern, we have some rows. So rows are the ones that go horizontally like this. So this is a row, this is another row, this is another row. Okay, so this matrix has got 3 rows. Okay, then the columns are the ones that are vertical, that goes vertically. So I'm usually going to take them from vertically upwards going down. So this is a column. Then this is another column. Okay, so it means this matrix has got 2 columns. Okay, now that we have got that information that our matrix has got 3 rows, 2 columns, what it means, we can now write the order of the matrix. The order of the matrix, it is we multiply the rows and the columns. So since we said we have got 3 rows and 3 columns, then our matrix is now ordered 3 by 2 matrix. So that was a 3 by 2 matrix. Okay, so we can even use multiplication sign and say 3 by 2 matrix. That's the order of our matrix. Okay, now I will have some examples of some order of matrix that we have. I've got 1 times 1 by 3 row matrix. So this is the 1 by 3. I've got 1 row and I've got 3 columns. 1 column, 2, 3. Okay, that's how I've got that. Then if we move on to the next one, I've got 2 by 2. Where I have 2, it means I've got 2. This one is a square, so I simply have 2 rows and 2 columns. I think this one is very clear and simple. Let's move on. If we go to the next one, we have got 2 by 1. I'll look into 2 by 1. 2 by 1, I've got, this is a row, this is a row, and my columns, I've got this 1 column. That's why it's 2 by 1. Okay, let's move on to the other one. Okay, I've got 1 by 2 matrix, 1 by 2. So this is 1 row and I've got 2 columns, 1 and 2 columns. Okay, I think the rest goes on. So for the next one, 3 rows, I've got 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3. Then I've got 1 column that is going down. So this is 1 that I'm having. Then the next one, I've got 2 by 3 matrix. I've got 1 row and second row, so I've got 2 rows there. Then the columns that I have, I've got 1 column, 2 and a 3. Okay, then the last example that I have is a 3 by 3 matrix. It's also a square matrix. This is also a square matrix, like the 2 by 2 that we had, where we have got 3 rows and we have got 3 columns. Okay, like that. Now that we are familiar with that, let's look at an example. We have got this matrix, matrix A and matrix B. We are going to use this matrix to add and find the solution and also subtract. So we are introducing addition and subtraction of matrices. Okay, so for starters, let's look at A plus B. So if we have A plus B, this is what we will have. I will have my 16, 4, 22, 11, 2, 9. That's my A plus B, which is my minus 2. minus 9, 1, 0, minus 7 there. So these are the matrix that I'm adding. This is a 0, sorry. Okay, so these are the matrix that we are adding. What is going to happen in this case is this. We are going to add corresponding elements together. When we say corresponding elements, it means the element that is on the far top right corner, let me have like 16 here, is going to add with minus 2 like this. That's where corresponding elements comes into place. So it's like I'm going to say 16 plus minus 2. Then I go on, let's say the bottom one, let's have the bottom one, 22 plus, I'll say minus 9. These are corresponding, they are on the same corners. Now that we are familiar with that, let's do this. Let's work on our question and add corresponding. So I'll do step by step so that it won't confuse you. Okay, let's do that together. So I'll have I'm going to write what I have written in red and in blue, corresponding items. I'll have 16 plus minus 2 like that. That's the first corner. Then I'll move to 11. It's going to correspond with 1. So I'll have on the other end 11 plus 1 like that. Then I go below 4. I have 4 plus a 4. I go to the other side. I've got 2 plus a 0. Then I go to the blue 22. I've got 22 plus minus 9. Please don't forget the brackets, they help you. Then the last part, I've got 9 plus minus 7 there. Then I close my brackets. So those are the columns and corresponding items that I have. So if we now want to finish off, if we add this, what do we get? I'll be adding 16 plus minus 2 is going to be 16 minus 2. I'll get a 14. Let me write that down. So I'll get a 14. Then the other end, 11 plus 1, I'll get a 12. Then 4 plus 4, I'll get an 8. 2 plus 0, I get a 2. 22 minus 9, I get a 13. Then 9 minus 7, I get a 2. So please take note of the negative signs there. Okay, so that's how you do the plus, the addition of matrix. Let's look at subtraction. So you are also going to be using corresponding on subtraction. It's one and the same thing. So I'll write my matrices. I've got 16. I'm using the same matrices: 16, 4, 22, 11, 2, 9, minus 2, 4, minus 9, 1, 0, minus 7. Okay, so I'll be doing the corresponding the same again. 16 minus 2. That's what I'll be doing. Let's do that. So if we do that now, let's do that. So if we do that, we'll have this. Let's do that and write. We'll have 16 minus 2 on that end. Then I'll have 11 minus 1. I'll have 4 minus 4. I'll have 2 minus 0 and 22 minus 9, and lastly 9 minus 7, like this. I'm putting brackets on the other numbers because when we have a negative and a negative there, the sign will change. These signs will be changing. They will become positive. Minus times minus, minus, we get a plus there. Okay, so that's why I'm putting those signs there. Let's move on. So if we add those things, what do we get? So that's where I'm having this minus minus. So what we have at the end of the day becomes 16 minus minus 2. We said it's gonna be a plus, so we'll get 18. Then 11 minus 10 minus 1, we get a 10. 4 minus 4, we get a 0. 2 minus 0, we get 2. Then the last one, 22 plus 9, we get 31. Then 9 plus 7, we get 16. So that's how you work out these questions. Okay, now we were doing a different matrix. Let's look at another matrix where we can do addition and subtraction at the same time. I will have 8, 1, 3 plus 2 minus 7 in the 1 minus 8, 1 in the 5. So we have got addition and subtracting at the same time. So we simply do the same corresponding elements. We add them, we subtract them together. It's going to be 8 plus 2 minus 8, like that. Let's write that down. So we will have 8 plus 2 minus 8. Then the next one, 1 plus minus 7 minus 1. The last one, 3 plus 1 minus 5. And we close there. So what do we get at the end of the day? Remember, when we have plus and minus, those things, they change. Here we have, it's gonna be a plus. Here it's going to be a plus. This one is a plus. So they change. So we'll have at the end of the day 8 plus 2, 10 minus 8, it becomes plus. So it becomes 18. Then 1 plus minus 7 minus 1, we get minus 7 there. Then the last one, 3 plus 1 minus 5, we get minus 1. So this is our final answer. I hope it's clear. So we can do this. I've got some practice questions for you guys, so you can also practice. Otherwise, let's meet in matrix 2. Have a good day.